Okay. One, I think there's a problem of if you do it voluntarily, just arguing for people not to have kids, because the responsible people are going to be more responsive to that. And since our evolution is so much social evolution, we really want kids to be raised by responsible people. So I think in the end, you really, it's that if people have a high value for taking care of the earth, and that includes all the animals and plants and fellow humans, then those are people that could go ahead and have kids and raise their kids to understand that kind of perspective. You can't raise every detail into your child, but you can expose them to something so basic as why their survival depends on a healthy planet. On the other hand, I think, okay, I am someone that understands a bit of a right to procreate, but let's say you had a voucher system. I think you could have a voucher system, like that. It's overlaps with my idea enough because I think this is what we would teach people voluntarily, that replacing themselves is fine, but to do more than that is maybe questionable. So I think the problem, though, is how do you enforce such a thing? Are you going to sterilize people? Well, no, because they might have a voucher. What if with their voucher they have twins? What if they get pregnant twice before they've been sterilized? And are you going to sterilize them? What are you going to do with people that weren't supposed to have a child that does? You're going to force abortion. You're going to, this is what needs to be asked. You take their kids by force and give them to someone with a voucher. I just think that there's some really nasty scenarios, and that's a problem. There's some laws that make common sense that we can't do because every law needs to be enforceable. Otherwise, it'll just be abused and just be an oppression, trying to enforce it. And if it really is enforceable, um, only by draconian measures, then you have to think it might be better to have the problem than the cure. Um, so that's my concern there. And I just think that we can't really face the problem of, other than philosophically, of overpopulation until we're a more efficient society. There is enough food and wealth to feed everybody on this planet. We just have the wealth concentrated and used in such a way and compartmentalized in such a way that it seems impossible for us with this economic system. But in terms of are there enough resources? Yeah, there are. And also, as we do feed and water and have some sort of a modern infrastructure, just by which I just mean roads and some electricity, but people don't want to overpopulate as much. There's a natural way. If we solve some of the problems in our economic structure in our society, then we'll just get the benefits. We don't have to go treat the symptoms. We can treat the causes, and the symptoms will, go away as a result. It's a good subject, though. I'm going to go look at all the videos on these new channels. I think it's a good idea in general, having these focused channels. So I do, my initial idea of it is that, I will try to take part in those. And I think we're more on the same side of the other three that you started than this particular one. Though we're not terribly far apart in this. Overcrowding is a problem for mammals and does create antisocial behavior. So.